Can you still remember that it was exactly 4 years ago that Elon Musk with a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket launched a test mission with a very unique and special cargo on board? It was Elon Musk's own cherry red Tesla Roadster from 2008. And in the Roadster, Elon placed a spacesuit-clad dummy named Starman in the driver's seat. But where is the Tesla Roadster now? Is it still floating in space? Welcome to Futured. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get updated with everything on future technology, Elon Musk or SpaceX. Now let's find out at where Elon Musk's Tesla Roadster is that was launched into space 4 years ago. Where do you think it is? Falcon has given the US a heavy lift space rocket that hasn't been there seen since the 1960s. The recoverable booster rockets that separate in flight and land safely on neighboring landing sites to be utilized for another rocket are what makes the Falcon Heavy so unique. This allowed the cost of spaceflight to be reduced from millions of dollars to tens of millions of dollars with this new reusable rocket system. The Falcon Light launch costed $90 million, while NASA's planned SLS rocket, a comparable system, is projected to cost around $1 billion each flight. It was on February 6, 2018, SpaceX launched the Falcon Heavy rocket, which carried a dummy payload for its test flight. And guess what they decided would be the best fit to be launched for its test flight? Jup! Elon Musk's Tesla Roadster. The Tesla Roadster was propelled into a heliocentric orbit around the Sun, crossing Mars' orbit. This cherry red Tesla convertible even had a lone rider, a dummy driver, who was aptly named Starman. A fun fact many people don't know is that at the launch in 2018, Elon Musk set dummy Starman to listen to endless loops of David Bowie's Space Oddity in one ear and Life on Mars for his journey to space. Funny, right? The dummy was dressed in almost the same white spacesuit as the real SpaceX astronauts would be wearing. The Starman's right hand is gripping the steering wheel, while his left arm rests on the door. For this particular excursion, some extra decorations were added to the car, including little toy car roadsters on the dashboard, a plaque with the names of SpaceX personnel, and connected wires with the words "Built on Earth by People" etched on it, just in case the extraterrestrials would find it, you know? It's probably safe to assume that the $100,000 Roadster has traveled further than any car in history. In fact, it's estimated to be roughly equivalent to driving every road in the universe 22 times. So let's get down to the main question. Where is it now? The Roadster is currently traveling through the interior of the orbit at thousands of kilometers per hour faster than many fighter jets. There is currently a blog called whereisroadster.com that follows its current location after the automobile was released into the orbit. A camera on the automobile relayed images of the car that was left orbiting the planet and were in turn making rounds on YouTube until batteries on the camera ran out. According to the website, the automobile will get quite close to Mars in October 2020. Elon Musk's intention was to keep the car in a constant orbital motion, so Mars biologists run hundreds of orbital simulations. Is it possible, though, that Tesla will collide with the Earth there in future? Over the next several million years, there is a 6% probability that Starman may collide with the Earth. They calculated that there's a slight chance of the Roadster collapsing into the Earth and a 2.5 statistical likelihood of it crashing into Venus within the next 3.5 million years. Otherwise, it will just float around in space forever. This brings up the most basic query: why put the car up in space at all? Well, in the custom of Richard Branson's cheesy publicity stunts, it was a clever television series of cross-sales promotion marketing because both SpaceX and Tesla are owned by Elon Musk. However, because this was the Falcon Heavy's maiden launch, they couldn't risk a ridiculously priced satellite lift capacity, but they needed a payload as a test as well. So Elon decided to use one of his Tesla cars. But unlike a jet, the Roadster isn't burning any fuel as it doesn't have to. When SpaceX's Falcon Heavy missile fired on February 6, 2018, it ended up giving the sports car an early boost and speed, sort of like a rocket launcher that's been powering this through space ever since. By November, the boost had gotten all the way to Mars, but Mars is just the first stop of many. Now, assuming nothing unexpected happens, such as a miniature asteroid striking the car, researchers predict that the Roadster could very well orbit the Sun in the next few hundreds of millions of years. Unfortunately, it's too small and far distant to be seen in the night sky, even with the assistance of a telescope, but it will eventually make its way back to Earth. A team from the University of Toronto envisioned the Roadster's orbit years and noticed that one day it will find its way back to Earth. For now, if you're interested, it will most certainly travel close to Earth, enough to be seen with a large telescope, like with the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii. But if you don't want to wait that long, you can simply follow the Roadster. For the time being, online admirers like Ben Pearson use NASA data to estimate the convertible's location through space. If people make it to Mars, as Musk believes, we might even glimpse the Roadster on our trip there. It's been around 4 years since SpaceX shot a Tesla into space, and it feels like an eternity because a lot has transpired since then. However, we have such a vivid remembrance of that day that this could have been yesterday. It's not every day you see a can being launched out into space. It is one of the most iconic defining moments of space travel. Talking of the rocket has made this possible. The Falcon Heavy is made up of 3 Falcon 9 engine cores, each with 27 Merlin engines that produce upwards of 5 million pounds of thrust at launch and landing, about equivalent to 18 747 planes. They only needed to test the launcher, so they used the Tesla as a dummy cargo. The Falcon Heavy's first flight was an overloaded scientific test. Since Elon Musk is the CEO of Tesla, he thought it would be a good idea to release his own Tesla. We mean the one he used for driving to work. Indeed, SpaceX's defining characteristic is to dare the unthinkable, to create something unique, and to do so without over-advertising. And boy, have they managed to do that. For the time being, the Roadster is passing through a no man's land of outer space, roughly 234 million light-years from Earth and around 200 million miles from Mars. According to whereisroadster.com, the Roadster is most likely still in good condition. According to astronomer Jonathan McDowell of the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, the Roadster has gone over 2 billion miles and made around 2.6 laps around the Sun during the previous 4 years, primarily through a stark, empty vacuum. It occasionally gets closer to other celestial objects, according to the website. The truck made its first near approach to Mars in 2020, approximately 2.5 million kilometers from the planet, or roughly 4 times the distance between the Earth and the Moon. According to NASA calculations, the Roadster will not fly close to another planet until 2035, when it will pass by Mars once more. In 2047 and 2050, it will complete various laps inside a few million kilometers of Earth. According to one academic publication, the chances of the automobile colliding with the globe within the next 15 million years are roughly 22%, while the possibilities of it colliding with Venus or the Sun are each about 12%. The intricate and unpredictable facts of moving through space, according to Hannah Rain, a doctor of astrophysics there at the University of Toronto who did the research, make it difficult to anticipate the exact path the Tesla will take. Rain stated that analyzing the Roadster's trajectory has little scientific significance. Astronomers aren't too keen on directing their powerful telescopes in its way in order to gather more data. We'll have to hope the car is ripped apart when it smacks back into the Earth's thick atmosphere, Rain said, if at all the car does end up colliding with the planet. Spaceborne objects colliding with the Earth are rather common, and most of them burn up throughout the atmosphere upon contact. However, we wouldn't want to see that glorious cherry red car going up in flames. Do you think the Roadster will crash back into the Earth, or will it continue its journey towards Mars? Let us know in the comments section below. That's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get updated with everything on future technology, Elon Musk, or SpaceX.